Daniel and Emily had been driving for hours, trying to reach Emily's parents' house in another city before midnight. The forecast had warned of a severe thunderstorm, but they had no choice. Her mother had fallen ill, and they needed to be there. As they drove through the empty highway, rain began to lash against the windshield, reducing visibility to almost nothing. Flashes of lightning illuminated the darkened road, revealing tall, eerie trees lining both sides. The GPS signal had failed an hour ago, and they were blindly following the road signs, hoping they were still heading in the right direction. "This storm is getting worse," Emily muttered, gripping her seatbelt tightly. "We just need to push through," Daniel replied, though even he was growing uneasy. Suddenly, a figure appeared in the middle of the road. Daniel slammed on the brakes, the tires screeching against the wet asphalt. The car skidded, stopping just inches away from the person. Panting, Emily looked up. A man stood before them, drenched from head to toe. His clothes were old, tattered, and his face was obscured by the darkness. Daniel rolled down the window slightly. "Are you okay? Do you need help?" The man slowly lifted his head. His eyes were hollow, empty. He pointed down the road without a word. A crack of lightning flashed, and in that instant he was gone. Emily gasped. "Where did he go?" Daniel's hands trembled as he gripped the wheel. I don't know." The silence in the car was suffocating. The storm continued to rage, but now an unnatural chill filled the air. Reluctantly, Daniel started driving again, his eyes darting to the rearview mirror. Nothing. A few miles ahead, they saw an old gas station. The lights inside flickered weakly, but at least it was shelter. They pulled in, rushing inside to escape the rain. An elderly man stood behind the counter, watching them with narrowed eyes. "Rough night?" he asked, his voice gravelly. "We almost hit someone," Emily said, shivering. A man was standing in the middle of the road, but then he just vanished. The old man's face paled. He glanced out the window, then back at them. "You saw him," he whispered. Daniel frowned. "You know who he is?" The man hesitated, then spoke, his voice barely audible. "Years ago, a man died on this road during a storm just like this. A truck hit him, never stopped. Now, on stormy nights, travelers see him, warning them." A loud crash of thunder shook the building. Emily's phone buzzed. The GPS had finally returned. She looked at the screen and turned pale. "Daniel, we're going the wrong way." Daniel checked the map. They had been driving straight toward a broken bridge, washed away by the storm years ago. If they had continued, they would have never made it. The ghost had saved them.